What motivated me to join the Viet Cultural Fest pageant was that I grew up in a whitewashed family where it was just like all speaking English, no Vietnamese, and I really wanted to just connect with my culture and just embrace it. Being Vietnamese to me means to be respectful to my elders and everyone around me and always be kind to others. Some things I'm passionate about is gymnastics and line dance and a school club called Viet. It's one of my favorite things to do whenever I need a place to just go to.
Being Vietnamese means so much to me. So for example, Vietnamese people are connected to rich history and culture. Back when I was in Vietnamese school, my teachers would teach me about the different Vietnamese customs, the different Vietnamese traditions. And I always found pride in the accomplishments and challenges that the Vietnamese people have went through. My entire family is Vietnamese, so being able to connect with them back in Vietnam, to understand my roots and see my culture, see where my parents came from, my relatives live, it was really eye-opening to me. Some qualities I think the next winner of this pageant should have are leadership, communication skills, compassion, confidence, knowledge, purpose. I believe those are the traits because they tie in together for someone that could make a positive impact to the people around them and in our community.
If I was the winner of the Miss Teen Viet Cultural Fest pageant, I would use this experience to inspire others by making positive contributions and just continue being my authentic self. I would share this journey to other teen girls like me who are thinking about joining the Miss Teen Viet Cultural Fest pageant next year by spreading awareness about how big and how important the Vietnamese community can be. I dream of being a cosmetologist or a medical assistant because in one path I get to make people feel beautiful, confident, and overall just have self-love in myself. And in the other path I get to help doctors and nurses to take care of patients.
I really love Tut and I love wearing ao dai and I love eating all the Tut food, playing with the firecrackers, and just overall having fun with kids that are my age. But at my school we don't have a lot of diversity. So whenever I heard from my mom that this pageant was going on this year, I thought it'd be a great way for me to make new friends. If I was crowned as the next Miss Teen Viet Culture Fest winner, I'd be very excited. The first thing I would do is to raise awareness to my little sisters and brothers out there to pay respects to their parents and the elders. Being Vietnamese, I believe, means that you take family very seriously, you put family first, and that you are open-hearted, that you know about your culture, you're very dedicated to your history, you just be an open, inviting person who remembers to hold on to your past as well as live in the present.
I decided to enter because public speaking hasn't been one of my strongest suits, so I wanted to use this as an opportunity to find my own voice while learning more about my Vietnamese background. Con nghĩ một người chiến thắng cần phải có 3 chữ: tài, sắc và tâm. Tài là tài năng, sắc là sắc đẹp và tâm hồn đẹp. Con nghĩ con có 3 chữ đó là từ ba mẹ con đã dạy con. If I am crowned the next Miss Teen Viet, I want to use my platform to promote the Vietnamese American community while sharing my knowledge and experiences to empower younger girls. Being Vietnamese means to me is more of a community. So that means not standing alone, that I will always have people by my side supporting me.
I think the winner should be able to give back to her community and be confident in who she is. I feel that I embody that because I like to volunteer whenever I can, and I like to represent who I am by speaking up about what I think is right. If I was crowned the next Miss Teen Viet Cultural Fest, I would feel very proud and I would be very honored to represent my culture. And I feel that I would most likely use my platform to try and teach other people about my culture and raise awareness. Being Vietnamese makes me proud and it makes me feel like I can take part in passing my culture down to many generations. I think our culture is very beautiful, and I feel like it's a good opportunity that this pageant has given me.
Another thing I think the future queen should have and I embody is confidence. Something I go by every single day is that comfort brings confidence, and I try my very best to bring comfort into every single environment and situation for not only myself but for others, so they can do whatever they want, talk about whatever they want, and wear whatever they want. I think the queen should be a very selfless person, because putting others before herself is super important. Thinking about if I were to become future queen, I would definitely put the future contestants, the little young Vietnamese girls in front of me, and I would want to make their experience so much better.
So what motivated me most was that I'm very proud to be Vietnamese, but I feel like since we live in Houston, and Houston is one of the most diverse cities out there, I felt like since we're surrounded by so many cultures that I kind of felt out of touch with my own. So when I saw this opportunity, I was like, whoa, this is like a great opportunity to, like, one, reconnect with my culture, and two, make new friends that also feel the same way about reconnecting with our culture and embracing the Vietnamese heritage. Being Vietnamese to me is more than, eating thịt kho and eating pho and all these great foods. I think it really is about cherishing the resilience of our people. Being Vietnamese, you have a very strong family-oriented lifestyle. Like, I know my family is the first people that I would like to go to when something great happens, and they're always there for me. They always are very accepting of me, and I feel like they always bring out the best of me.
I entered the Miss Teen Viet Cultural Pageant because I wanted to embrace my Vietnamese heritage and be able to show off the beauty of Ao Dais. And I also wanted to make new friends and network with people that share the same traditions and customs as I do, because being at school, there aren't many people that I can share language. So being able to communicate with my fellow pageant girls, it just feels like I can be able to just be myself. If I win next Miss Viet Cultural Fest, I will be able to set an example for my 3 younger siblings, because I remember when I was growing up, my grandpa would always be like, Kirsten, come here, let me teach you some Vietnamese, let me help you write. But I was so young, I didn't really want to learn because it's like the weekend or the summer, and I'm so tired from school. But now I really appreciate that, so I want my siblings to be able to appreciate our culture as well.
So what motivated me to enter the Miss Teen Viet pageant was that this just sounded like an opportunity that you would really lose nothing out of, and I knew that I would be able to connect with the same girls with the same goals as me and the same aspirations as me. I would use my title to reinforce some of the causes that I research and I journal in, because I'd like to make publications in the future, like research papers and projects of my own, because I've been working on smaller projects at school, but I have never really reached a larger community than my own school.
As I've grown up from going to public school, American public schools, speaking English, learning American history, a lot of people did not know Vietnamese people, Vietnamese culture, Vietnamese food, and I really want more people to appreciate and recognize this culture and also learn more about this myself and be able to share that with others. I think that the winner of this pageant should have qualities such as elegance and eloquence, and being able to balance both of those things and being able to really appreciate other people and uplift everyone else in this community. Vietnamese for me is very intricate. It's a lot of meaning. It's both emotional and very personal, and I like to say it's kind of like an onion, sort of. It's just very layered. It's different for every person, although very relatable.
What motivated me to enter this pageant was not only to build up self-confidence for myself, but also be able to improve my public speaking and also engage more in my Vietnamese culture. The winner should have qualities such as intelligence, poise, charisma, leadership skills, and also just a genuine passion to create a positive impact. I think I embody these skills, especially my leadership skills, because in any problem, I always like to take initiative and make sure that there's a solution towards any problem that we face. If I'm crowned as the next Miss Teen Viet Cultural Fest, I'd love to take my platform to help inspire girls just like me with self-confidence, love, everything that's just a key importance to being a girl, and also be able to, I guess, better engage in my Vietnamese heritage.
In my community, I think it's not well represented, and I wanted to join this program so I could help represent our community. One of the main qualities I think that the winner should have is having an influential power over the community so they could spread awareness towards not just our own Vietnamese community, but for any other culture or community that they're interested in. To me, being Vietnamese, the most important thing was showing how much we want to show pride for our family. So for me, it was going to a Vietnamese school since I was 3, learning the language so I could speak to my mom, my grandparents, or any other struggling Vietnamese people that don't know how to speak English. And I like to converse with people so they don't feel excluded out. And I feel like being Vietnamese means to represent not just the Vietnamese society, but a Vietnamese American altogether.
Dạ, con muốn tham gia cuộc thi Miss Teen Việt tại vì con thấy đây là một cơ hội quý giá để con có thể kết nối với văn hóa Việt Nam của con một cách sâu sắc hơn. Và con cũng nghĩ là qua chương trình này thì con cũng có thể giúp giới thiệu văn hóa của mình tới các bạn mà không phải là người Việt, cũng như là tạo một sự tự tin hơn qua cái life-changing experience như vậy. Dạ, nếu con được may mắn đủ để được trở thành Miss Teen Việt kế tiếp thì con sẽ cố gắng để khuyến khích việc giữ gìn và bảo tồn văn hóa Việt Nam trong cộng đồng, nhất là cho những bạn trẻ như con. Làm người Việt nghĩa là tiên hậu lễ, hậu họ văn, và những đức tính như là công dung ngôn hạnh, và noi theo đạo đức như là lòng biết ơn, sự khiêm tốn, sự trách nhiệm và chú ý những điều quan trọng như là gia đình và học hành. Và vì vậy con sẽ luôn cố gắng để truyền xuống văn hóa và những truyền thống Việt Nam cho thế hệ sau này, cũng như là con sẽ luôn luôn tự hào là con là người Việt, là con rồng trao tiền.